Alright, hello again. I've really got something for you today. I'm going to call this one my world's best breakfast sandwich, okay? World's best breakfast sandwich. How many times have you been up starving and you got to go somewhere or something and you really want something for breakfast that you might have had at one of those restaurants? Well, you can get the muffin meal, you can get all of that junk. This right here is going to be better than all of those combined, okay? This is a really good sandwich, and I've been making this thing for decades. Now, it's kind of plain and in its concept, but it's really going to bring back memories for some of you, and there's a new take on it for some of you as well. So anyway, here we go. We're going to start out. We're going to do something a little different. We're going to have bacon on this breakfast sandwich. And if you can see here, I've taken 2 slices of bacon. I've cut them in half, and I have woven them together. Okay, you see? That goes over, this goes under and over, okay? And you just weave it together. One on top, and then the other one on top, and you know, okay? So now what we're going to do, we're also going to incorporate something called a bacon press so that we can hold this thing flat so that it will stay in this, and this will be roughly the shape of the sandwich bread. Alright, and this is a really cool thing. I mean, if you use thinner bacon, you would probably use 3 strips and weave them together like basket weave. But if not, if yours is really wide and thick bacon like it should be, 2 slices are adequate for this. So we've got to transfer this thing after we've got it woven together onto our griddle. We got the griddle on kind of medium-high heat. Alright, now we're going to do that, and then we're going to put our bacon press on it. That will allow it to cook really good. It'll stay woven together, it'll become very crispy, and it'll stay flat. That's very important for a sandwich. Okay, now I've already flipped this over to the other side and it's cooked, and when you know when bacon is done, when the sizzling stops. Sausage, when the sizzling really starts, is when that's done, but with bacon. Okay, so you see now this is flat and it's woven together, so you got one big old hunk of bacon. Now what you want to do is you want to put this on a paper towel and drain it till you're ready to make your sandwich. And I'm making 2 sandwiches this morning, so I'm going to do another one, and we'll be back to you in a minute. Alright, now that we've done that, what we've done is we've got our bacon done and we've cleaned off our griddle. Now we're going to need some eggs for this, and then we're going to get some bread out and put mayonnaise on both sides of the bread. We're going to beat 1 egg for each sandwich. So you want to do this in a separate container instead of doing it on the thing on the griddle, because I'm going to show you why in just a minute. So anyway, we get that beaten very well. Set it aside, and then we're going to take our bread and we're going to start to put mayonnaise on it. Alright, so you want to put mayonnaise on both sides of the bread. You want a good bit of mayonnaise on there on both sides of the bread. Okay, our griddle's still nice and hot, and what we want to do here now is we want to add a little bit of oil to the griddle, because we're going to scramble these eggs. And we're going to do it so that it'll fit on a sandwich. So we're not going to just scramble it all around. We want to kind of get this spread out. And that's why we scrambled this up in the bowl. Now you want to pour it in the center there and let it spread out. Now, I'm just going to let that cook a minute or so. You can take your spatula. Depends on how comfortable you are with flipping things. If it's too big, just take your spatula, cut it in half, stick that under there. That way you don't need to. Okay. Just flip it on over there. Let it cook about the same amount on the other side. It's very quick. Okay. You're just going to fold it over like that. Now that's going to fit on a sandwich perfectly. So, I'm going to get a couple other things and we'll get back to this sandwich. Okay, now what we've done is we have taken our bread here. We've got mayonnaise on the bottom. We've put lettuce on the bottom layer here. We're going to put our bacon on top of that, and that's going to insulate that from the hot egg here that we're getting ready to put on that. So now you put your egg on there, your scrambled egg on top of that. And what we're going to do now is we're going to cut a piece of tomato and put on top of that. Okay, so now we're going to cut us a big slice of tomato here. Depends on how big your tomato is. You might want 2 pieces of tomato on there. And you can do that if you want. So that'll fit on there just perfectly. Okay, so now the only thing we need is a little bit of salt. Put a pinch of salt on there, and a little cracked pepper, like that. And take your other piece of bread, which has mayonnaise on it, and there you go. I call that the world's best breakfast sandwich. You could actually use more egg if you wanted. You could use 2 eggs, you could use 2 pieces of tomato, you could use more bacon. You can custom make it any way you want, but this is just a start. So, if you want, you can cut this in the middle to make a nice presentation out of it. There you go. The world's best breakfast sandwich. I'm Gino, and I'll be back with you next time. Hope you enjoy.